Oh, we got a live story then.
No, we're not live right now.
We're about to be.
We're live, but we're not like
No,
on the
we're
screen.
live.
Oh, we are now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, disinfect
I thought
the
we were
counter.
live. I thought somebody said, hold on. Okay.
If you sit your taint on the counter, it is common courtesy to disinfect it afterwards. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking cat. You are not a feline. My cats, like, they're fucking...
Meow.
Anyway, Agni, go ahead.
Not.
I want to know.
What love is?
I forgot.
Was it because we were talking about 69ing and or Italian fucking on counters during illnesses?
I don't know. It's gone.
Soup? Bowl? What else were we talking about?
God, I sent you the announcements, right?
Rob's magnificent stubble? Oh, look at that smile.
And off you start.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Just, I'll wait. As, you know, people say, I'll wait. You do you.
The ADHD is strong tonight.
It always is. Anyway, it's session 69.
Hey!
Nice. Nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. Welcome to Mistwalkers. And, I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Insight check?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay, I just need like a regular D20, I guess. What's my modifier?
-4.
Okay.
I was about to say -4.
I rolled a nat 1. I mean, a non-natural 1. I rolled a non-natural 1 then.
A dirty one. Yeah.
A dirty
one. Raz, I'm full of shit. Not that everything is gonna go wrong. Anyway, a sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. Go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTER, all one word, for 10% off your order. And Maggie, what is your dice pick of the week?
It's Bardic Inspiration. You want to know why?
I would love to know why.
Thank you, because if not, that would have been really awkward. So, the reason why it's Bardic Inspiration is because...
Bardic Inspiration? Bardic Inspiration?
I thought they said bargain inspiration. I'm like...
It's really hot where we are right now.
Anyway, sorry. Bardic Inspiration. Why?
It's for when you flub on your lines so that you could have maybe made another another roll for charisma to persuade people to buy the dice. They're really pretty.
I don't have a D8 handy, so...
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah. It's all made up and the points don't matter. Anyway. I rolled a 5. What do we got this week? Bankar Brouhaha, the campaign wrap-up, is tomorrow night at 8:30. It is the final session, but it's more of a chat as the players talk about their mini-campaign with DM Emily. The guest star of Cedar the Barefoot that became a permanent fixture for the last episode or two.
Great. Cedar and I were in an equal amount of episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cedar, for helping. Unlike me.
And that's here again at 8:30. Wednesday, we have the Society over on Cantrips and Coffee. Artemis and I are going to be in that. Sly too, if she is feeling better. Thursday, we got Song of Crystal and Shadow at 8:30. That's back here. Friday, Fixius 5 at 8:30. Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. We've got Together Among the Stars with Hollow Eyes / Maggie as our guest star. Returning as Ranger. Yeah.
And guess what? They actually went to the right school this time.
Yeah,
they have so much more knowledge and experience.
Hooray. Sunday night over on DM Jeremy's channel, we got Legacy of Fire at 7:30 p.m. And exciting announcement, our Spooktober game list is going out this week. So if you want to be part of it, go to tinyurl.com/vacplayer. Let us know if you are already on that list. Don't worry about it. We'll bug you. But if you're not, You got to tell us, because then we don't know. We're not mind readers.
Went out to all of our VIPs yesterday.
Oh shit! That's right, bitch. We got VIPs.
Yep. One of them is dealing with a hurricane right now, so there's that. But
yeah, priorities. A little priority, but it's gonna happen. It's fine. Our merch store, as always, is at tinyurl.com/vacmerch, and you can get our podcast wherever you download your podcast from. Pause for 2 seconds. Just in time for Twitch to try and push an ad break. And it let me snooze it. Yes. It didn't let me last time. Anyway.
How do you?
Coffee.
What?
If you run those during the full intro, it turns them off for up to an hour and a half.
I do that, but it still comes up and says an ad is coming, so I snooze it.
Like you run ads while we're still getting ready before we come live?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, back to what we were doing.
Okay.
Back to regular schedule.
I'll look at it again because it has changed a little bit. Like we just started getting those snooze the ad things, but yeah, we'll see. See if I can muck around with it. Okay, what do we got? Where we left off last week. The party spent their first whole day on the Pillar of Nope Ropes. Hanging out with a bunch of pissed off snakes who are like, no, you're not coming into our shrine. Fuck you. The bridge is broken. There's no shade. So they've created their own shade. And Breeze, Sly, Gordon, and Keli did some experimentation during watch to see if they could climb the pillar. And they sort of could. Sort of. They also found some bees. The big fat fist-sized bumblebees with a hive that's on the edge of or like one of the sides. What else did you guys do? Athelstan found some mushrooms in the growth around him, and he and Sly got very high in this sort of kookaburra burrow that had been created.
Yeah, like a little field mouse nest.
A field mouse nest, yeah.
It's adorable. It's just, it's like those little hangy bird nests.
Yeah.
And you can put pillows and shit in it.
Yeah. So they had some mushroom tea, some weed tea, and got really, really high.
Breeze tried to take the teapot.
Yeah. Suffered some minor madnesses. Totally fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're going to say, Athelstan, what have you done now that everybody's awake in camp and is very aware that y'all are high as shit?
Like everybody's poking their faces into the thicket.
Yeah.
Well, last I remember is that Breeze was like saying, "Give me the teapot," and then he like looked over at Sly because Sly said, "Whoa," and he was like, "No, what the fuck?" Because of the hand. Because you forgot to mention that the giant hand started climbing out of the bag that Sly said hello into.
I didn't forget. I was waiting to see if anybody else remembered. So, long, spindly fingers have pushed their way out of the bag. And you all have about 6 seconds to do something.
I push the bag out of the thicket so that way we don't have to be in a very small enclosed space with the bagman. Also, the thicket shouldn't be broken. It's the thicket.
Was Razira even awake right now?
Yeah, everybody's awake. It's morning.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to be if you don't want to be, but that seems kind of boring.
Yeah, it's just she would have no idea what the hell is going on because she has never seen the bagman.
True.
That poor animal.
So, Athelstan, give me a wisdom save.
At disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you're high as shit.
Is this for the scale or is this for like?
This is
'Cause
to
I just-
figure out if you have the wherewithal and thought process to be able to respond accordingly.
Nah. 14.
Well, that was not at disadvantage. So roll another
Oh.
one.
Why didn't that? It's supposed to be a The button was clicked.
I don't know, buddy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
14 and a
14?
22, so 14.
I'm gonna say you just sort of stare at the hand, a little confused.
We all see the hand coming out.
Anybody who's sort of crouched around the tunnel of this.
There's like
thicket?
little the mushrooms are growing all around in the thicket, I imagine, and they're all kind of bioluminescent, so it's like there's like string lights. It's great.
It's not a lighting issue, it's a being able to see in issue. Because there's
Oh,
only
no, I was just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Can I just yoink Sly out of there?
You can certainly try.
Sure, I'm gonna try.
I imagined Athelstan being in the way.
Make a strength saving throw.
Athelstan like looks in the pot.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay. So you reach in and try to grab it, but
didn't wanna hurt
Athelstan
her.
kind of jerks out of the way because he thinks you're coming for the teapot. And you watch
Also,
as
don't
this
touch me.
hand grabs Sly by the face, and then she's gone
In the bag.
into the bag.
And the bag.
The bag is still there.
It just flops onto the ground.
Hmm.
Uh,
And you hear the soft tinkling of metal on wood.
Athelstan drops the teapot and grabs the bag.
You grab the bag. You feel a metal chain. And you look and see this metal chain kind of like out of it, like spaghetti. Pulling up the chain, you pull out a very ornate platinum pocket watch. You can see on the front there is a memento mori. And the eyes of this memento mori they have like little red rubies in them.
No. That's not an even trade. No.
So you just yell into the bag.
Yeah. That's not an even trade.
Okay. The rest of you hear this from outside the thicket.
Give her back.
I just rip the thicket apart to get at them.
Give her back.
Okay. So make a strength check. Because this space
Eli,
has...
stop sucking.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
So you
Why
start
bother?
digging into the grass and the vines, and there are some thorns on them, and you end up having to pull back because you just can't get a good grip.
Every time you rip part of the thicket away, it kind of almost grows over itself, but it's haphazard right now. He's freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Any bit of blood that drops into it, hot. Not sexy hot, temperature hot.
Okay.
He's turning the bag in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to...
So you turn the bag inside out?
Yes.
Okay, everything inside of it dumps out.
Except for Sly.
Except for Sly.
Okay. Atlas is a little stunned at first, and he says, not now, but I have locate creature on me.
Athelstan's just screaming inside of the thicket. He's on all fours. Turning around. digging
Roll a
through
D100 for me.
digging through everything.
Athelstan, you need to let us in.
Athelstan's having the worst trip right now, I assume.
Yeah.
You step further into the black.
Ugh.
Less animal, more angry.
Plant life doing?
The plant life doesn't appear to be affected at this time.
Okay. Athelstan, you need to come out. If you don't, I'm coming in. About 3 seconds, and then I'm going to take my sword to it. So
He's just yelling over and over again, give her back.
then I go in with
Gonna
my
cast
sword.
Calm Emotions.
You're going to cast Calm Emotions?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Me. So anybody that's within 20 feet has to make a charisma saving throw.
Good job, Razira.
Good job, Zero.
That one.
You're not afraid right now. That's a good thing.
Everyone fails.
So
What happens?
Your emotions are now calm.
What is it? No. What is it like?
Um,
Ever watched Overlord?
No.
Then never mind. That reference you wouldn't get. And
Yeah. But no, like what? Like Breeze's magic is my specific question.
like, what do you mean? Like, what does it look
What
like?
does it?
Or
What does it look like? What does it feel like?
just so it'll. They will recite some like calming poetry, calming words, and
Any words
you
in particular?
essentially just everything. You become basically indifferent towards the bagman.
Any particular words?
Off the top of my head, no.
Later.
Sure.
Athelstan just collapses onto the ground, facing away from everyone, from the hole, I guess. Limbs just splayed out, heaving.
okay. So you find yourself kind of sprawled over Sly's belongings, and some of them make sense. There's like weapons and some knickknacks that have obviously been pilfered. But then there's other things. You see what looks to be a branding iron with a symbol at the end. You see a sort of glowing orange crystal. A beautiful flail that's looks like it's made from the finest steels, and there's engravings all along the shaft of it. You see books, both hers and yours, that she's basically taken from you. Letters that are all kind of wrapped up with a piece of leather. Several mist talismans, some armor, some potion bottles that have no writing on them, but then others that do. Like there's one that says potion of fire breath, potion of healing. And they're all in her writing.
All of it. Just scrapes it up underneath him.
Okay. Like a dragon?
All of it.
Okay.
Assume the thicket's being torn apart.
Yes.
since that fear effect has been suppressed on Razira, she would probably just be tearing the thicket completely to shreds.
Absolutely.
sparks and fluid spraying everywhere. It's horrible.
And lots of shoes. There's a lot of shoes in there.
I figured. Knew that was
Yeah.
coming. All the shoes. Just
Everyone's left shoe.
All left shoes.
Let's get some shoes.
Let's get some shoes.
We got shoes.
Cool. These shoes suck.
these shoes rule.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Happened when Breeze cast their spell.
Everybody settled.
So Stan's just. I think.
Wasn't in effect though.
Roll a d6.
I did.
Already did.
Oh,
Oh.
you did. I missed that. I was a little busy
Yeah.
looking at Sly's inventory to see what happened.
I think, and if you'll allow it, I think that all there was that dark rage for him. So to have that kind of etch-a-sketched out, like just wiped away, there's like
Like a vacancy.
a vacancy. It's just like
Okay.
dissociation, shock, maybe like after, this is a bad image, but like after somebody has a seizure and they're laying there panting and trying to recover from it
Yeah, for sure.
after not even looking human anymore.
Well, it gets a
There's
little
just
worse
Drool
as
sliding out the side of his mouth, tear.
you kind of like stare blankly up at Breeze, who's cast to the spell, and you see behind them a demonic figure with angles of the face that are too sharp, too many long pointed teeth, horns that curl up and over and back and then forward again, like ram's horns, but from an ancient goat. And these burning red eyes that just peer into your soul as long fingers curl around the front of Breeze's throat.
He pulls Breeze down.
The vision disappears.
What?
When Breeze speaks, you do not understand the word. Breeze,
Just
for the next 24 hours,
Yeah.
you can only speak in Abyssal.
Cool.
Well,
Just pulled
Um.
Breeze down in such a way, just like crushed them down into his chest. And threw out his hand as if to stab at whatever it was, but the blade isn't there.
Y'all are having a good morning.
What?
Breeze, as you're speaking, you can feel like this kind of grating gravel in your throat that's unfamiliar. And you know you're speaking, you know you are saying words, but even to your ears, they sound deep and dark and otherworldly.
Oh, that's interesting. Anybody understand me? Can I understand me?
You understand you.
Okay.
Question.
Answer.
So, based on just as this is meta knowledge, but can Breeze understand us if we talk in common? They can just only speak Abyssal. I just don't know if I'm understanding it out of character.
Nobody said anything
Nobody
really
said
to
anything yet.
Breeze.
Okay.
They've just sort of stared as Breeze has been speaking.
We all
Uh,
see this demon thing, or was it just Athelstan?
It was mainly Athelstan, but you all were kind of focused on what was happening with Sly. Everybody can make a perception check to see if they did see
if only my plants could help us right now.
it.
They would know what to do. Balls.
I'm rolling
22.
really good tonight, you guys.
Yeah.
Really,
I
really
rolled
good.
so good in my Saturday game, like no lie, I only rolled like twice under 10. This is payback
That
from
never
Steve.
happens. Razira, Atlas, and Yenrik, you had all seen this entity behind Breeze, but it happened so quickly. It wasn't like drawn out. It was literally just they reached forward, kind of brushed Breeze's throat, and then they were gone.
I don't think Athelstan can keep his eyes closed. You know? He's not there.
How much of that did Rizir actually see?
All of it. It happened very, very quickly.
Would she have ever seen anything like that before, given where she's from? I'm not 100% sure. Or would she even recognize what it was?
I would say you would have some like base knowledge about demons and devils and whatnot, but maybe not like in-depth knowledge. You can make a religion or arcana check if you like.
I don't think it really matters which one I roll. They're the same.
Okay. 16?
16.
Okay. You know that there is a difference between devils and demons. They are constantly at war with each other. Having one essentially curse somebody, not out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, that's about it.
His left hand, the telekinetic hand, I think,
Mm-hmm.
he loses focus on it and
Okay.
no longer is hanging onto Breeze, and he just kind of looks at them and then just slowly kind of lays back down on top of the heap, curled on his side.
Okay. So having a little emotional pity party. Lose your hand, lose your best friend.
I kneel down beside Athelstan and like put myself in front of his face. Obviously, he's not really seeing much, but like, we need you to come back. We need you. This isn't gonna help Sly. Back to us. And I like just gently, like right, like forehead to the tip of his nose, just in a sort of big sister sort of way.
Closing his eye that's open on his forehead.
No, just in sort of like a teasing sister sort of way, like, and then as a way to sort
Open
of
him in the
refocus.
eye.
As a way to refocus.
Did I understand Keli?
You absolutely did.
Okay.
Wait, Rob, what did you say?
Did I understand Keli when she was talking? So I can still understand you guys. I just can't talk to you.
I got what you were doing, Maggie.
No, I don't know what I was doing. I
Oh.
genuinely couldn't
Oh.
hear Rob.
Oh, I thought you were like saying like oh, what did you say?
No, I couldn't hear.
Sounds like you're gargling gravel.
Sounds like you're
Grapefruiting your man.
grapefruiting your man.
He just lays there.
Would Atlas know any broken abyssal because
that
of
sounds
the
so much.
carnival? Because you gave me that pamphlet on the carnival, and I know there is people who speak abyssal there. Or do they not want to talk to me because I'm not the cool kid?
I would say you have kind of like passing languages. So more
Where's the
like,
bathroom?
where's the bathroom? How do I get here? I need
Where's the
help.
best
Make me
pizza in
caca.
town?
All the swear words.
Lake Titicaca.
Like titty caca.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Atlas kind of like you can see the like when something is loading, just like imagine the blank look in his eyes where he's just like flipping through the vast amount of languages he knows badly,
The Rolodex and the SpongeBob's
Yeah.
in his brain.
and he just says fuck in abyssal.
All I'm
You do-
imagining now is that scene in the first Mummy with the one dude.
Ha!
Yeah, Breeze, you understand.
Yeah, Atlas
curse
just
word.
goes
Okay.
fuck.
Oh, you can understand me.
Shit.
Fuck.
Where's the restroom?
Where's la biblioteca?
Atlas turns to the rest of the group and is like, I'm trying to communicate.
I can see that.
Rosira just looks very confused.
Do you need sugar with that?
Oh,
In
goodness.
abyssal.
I'm imagining Rosira is just watching Rob's face, Breeze's face go through like, like what the fuck?
Fuck is this? When did this get in my inventory?
I am part of the guard here.
You know that in pretty much every language.
Yeah. So Atlas does tell Breeze that. It's working, you guys. It's working. He knows that I understand. They know that I understand them.
Huh.
Stan, please. Try to contact her. It's dangerous, but I can try.
What's Yenrik doing?
Sitting here, watching all this unfold, being quite amused,
Of course.
just waiting. trying to cast cantrips.
Okay.
Like trying to summon it, but not. You know what I mean?
Like bring it to your fingers, but not release it.
Yeah.
Get the magic flowing.
Make an Arcana check for me. And you can use your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Never mind. Even with your spellcasting modifier.
I'm gonna inspiration that.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
3 more.
15.
Yeah.
You still get that feeling of the magic kind of like humming in your blood, in your veins. And it's there. It's just like it's dormant. It's resting. You did expend a lot of energy and a lot of magic to accomplish what you accomplished with Liliana and Ulrich. Not Yenrik, you're Yenrik. I will say you think it needs a jolt.
Awesome.
Oh, great! Now he's gonna go dancing in the rain during a thunderstorm.
I mean, who hasn't done that?
I mean,
Holding a metal pole.
I was gonna say he's gonna hold what's left of an umbrella. Athelstan will sit up and just start to collect all of Sly's stuff and put it back in the bag.
Okay. So I organized Sly's inventory. I'm gonna
She's
send
never
you.
gonna be able to find anything.
Sucks to suck. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of everything she has in there.
Okay.
Just so whether you take note of it or not as you're putting it away, that's up to
Yeah.
you. But
Appreciate you.
yeah. All right, so you watch as Athelstan kind of comes back to life a little bit. And
He's doing it all with one hand.
yeah.
It's very slow and pathetic. And then once he's got everything put back into it, he just sets it down, sits back on his heels, pours the last of the tea, drinks it, and waits.
Okay. What do you do with the pocket watch?
He's holding it in his hand. He has it in his lap, and when he sets the teacup down when it's empty, and just hangs on to the pocket watch in his right hand.
Okay.
Looking at it and like turning it in his hands. If he could, he'd be seething.
All right. You can feel it ticking, like in your fingers.
Everybody's just staring at him.
Pretty much.
He's not, he just like, everyone like jumps and looks at Breeze.
I understand that.
Athelstan just
What did
doesn't-
you say?
Open it.
You.
That's funny you say that because Athelstan literally just opens it as you say that.
You understood it.
But yeah, he does open it.
As you look down in it, on the sort of cover side, there's the like the relief of the Memento Mori.
Mhm.
And you can see how like the rubies are mounted on the inside. But additionally, there's like some engravings that have not been scratched off exactly, but they're not in any language that you know. And they are very scratchy. Definitely not the same hand that likely created this pocket watch. And as you look over at the face, it is a onyx surface with Roman numerals. And there's like the smallest ruby where the 12 is. And the seconds are ticking backwards.
It's not Ozalin's, is it?
Make a history check. You're not sure.
Okay. He just watches the second hand ticking backwards.
What time is it currently on the watch? No, but like Bree's just looking.
You look
over
over?
top of it. Yeah.
It appears to be the right time currently.
How much time is left until it reaches like 0 hour?
Or midnight.
Looks to be about 3 hours ish.
It's enough time for an episode.
Since I finished the tea, I would like my third madness, please.
Okay. Let's see.
Wait, not whatnot.
True. Roll a D100, please.
In the tower. I'm sorry, was that 3 hours till midnight or 3 hours till noon?
Yes.
Thought so.
Do you want me to whisper this to you?
Oh yeah. Let's see how that goes.
It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time.
I don't like the look on the look on Cedar's face. It's a beautiful face, but the look concerns me.
Fine, we all knew everything was gonna go pear-shaped at some point.
But is this the consequences of our actions, or is this just
Of Athelstan's action.
Yes.
You know, just stuff that Athelstan's experiencing. This is great.
Do we
So-
see anything?
Currently, your friends are gathered around you. Except for Razira, who seems to be keeping their distance.
Sly?
And Sly, who's not here.
I see her take a sip of my juice box.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the group hydrate. I missed that.
Gordon during all of this nonsense too, by the way.
The snakes are whispering amongst themselves, like, "Oh, I just got
You look at Gordon?
trauma."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Gordon is just sort of staring at the spot where Sly was.
Oh no.
With all of your friends gathered around you, you don't see it at first, Athelstan. But then you see them kind of crouched just beyond the circle and the mess of your hovel.
It's not awful.
It is now because I destroyed it with my sword.
And they're
Fucking
crouched
shit.
much like you were once in front of Keelai. on the balls of their feet, elbows on the knees, hands kind of like draped simply between them. They're dressed in a very simple brown leather armor, similar pants, darkish brown. They have long white hair, but there are thick bands at the front of orange. And they seem to have heterochromia, as one eye is red and the other eye is green.
Do the rest of us see this or no?
Nope.
Didn't drink more of that freaking tea.
This person is just kind of giving you like a crooked smile. Waves. Are you gonna stay in there all the time, bestie? Are you gonna put yourself out there? Do something about it.
What can I do?
Lord.
You can shame Maggie for her keyboard.
Keyboard.
Well, what goes in must come out. They sort of lean to one side, look over the edge of the plinth. It's not that far down.
What are you implying?
Oh, there's a whole host of bags of holding at the lodge in there. You can't get to him from this one, but maybe there's another.
Risky.
All things worth it are risky. Would I ever lie to you?
No.
Damn right.
It took what's mine.
Of course it did.
They always do. And he's talking out loud.
Is it, can we
So,
hear him?
you can hear him.
Okay.
So, I guess the question would be, are you gonna keep letting yourself be walked all over? Letting things be taken? That's two now. See quite a few other bodies here that could be taken too. Or do they not matter as much? Just the Sly and Mina.
Edie, what keeps walking over your camera?
What?
Something keeps moving
What?
around
Like
me.
it's
Scab.
walking like over Maggie's camera.
Oh,
like a-
the flies.
Oh. God.
'Cause the kid had the door open.
Mm.
Okay.
But he keeps swatting at the air. The stupid fly, man.
How far down did you get, Breeze?
You say about 20 feet.
And
2
Breeze just
miles.
goes, you know what, screw this, and uses universal speech so everybody here can understand them now. For an hour. Okay, you got an hour? Make it worth it. And then I have to start using spells for this. And I don't know if that'll just work.
Do we see this guy, by the way? We don't
No.
see this guy.
No.
So we just think
What are you
Athelstan
talking
is
to?
staring very angrily at the air, while Gordon is also very sadly staring at the air.
It's 2 miles down.
Yeah, and we're not going.
I could fly.
No,
Why?
we don't need to go.
What good is that gonna do, Athelstan? What?
The bag.
What about it? Right here, Athelstan. What about it?
There are more.
Can't leave this plateau.
Why not?
It's just quitter talk.
You can't leave the plateau because of the ritual and the game. It won't end if you leave.
You'll be back.
Won't take that long.
Yeah,
Gotta
well,
go get the bags.
that's days. And days back to camp by yourself.
Not alone. You've
There's
got
that
me.
There's that scary necromancer lady and those 4 people who like talk at the same time. And Chaz the demon dog or whatever his name was.
That was on foot.
Turn yourself into a large dragon and just fly. Make it there in no time.
Why do you need more bags?
Took my. It took what is mine.
All saw
And
what happened.
I won't have more taken from.
He's not just gonna let you follow him through some random bag.
Why not? He's touched you too. Maybe you've got the path now.
The last time he gave me a symbol of Palor.
Okay.
Atlas goes
Can't
to
leave.
What was that, Maggie?
Atlas goes to put a hand on Gordon's like wrist to see how he's doing.
Oh,
If he has any
Yeah.
opinions on this.
what? Wasn't listening.
Athelstan wants to leave, but that
Well, he can't. None of. How did. I'm confused.
I think we're all confused. We all want to find Slide, but we have to wait. The Bagman can't really leave this place anyway. The ritual's not done yet.
I mean, yeah. And he said he'd come back.
Can we trust him?
Doesn't seem like he's lied to us at all.
And yet,
Hey, and yet what?
Could Atlas make a check to see if he notices that Athelstan's concentrated on a certain spot looking?
if
Yeah,
he
you can-
had pupils, they would be like this big.
You can make an insight check.
Atlas, be wise now, young pony.
How do you, how?
I even bother with Gila.
That's interesting. Like his eyes are all one color. How do you tell? What's bloodshot look like for someone whose eyes are completely green?
Darker.
Jeez, you did.
Oh, look, a nat 20.
2 of
and
them.
fuck.
No.
Okay.
And a nat 19.
I got a 3.
I will say, Keli, like with your modifier and everything, bringing you to an 11, you can see that Athelstan's focus is not on anyone in particular. Razira, you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? With a 5. But Keela, yeah, he's not focused on you, and you're accustomed to looking into his eyes, like all of them, and knowing when they are focused on you. Or when they're like closed or looking at other things. You know, you know what it feels like to be under that gaze. They don't seem to be looking at anyone in particular. The rest of you, again, sort of aware of what it feels like to be watched by Athelstan. You all know that he is laser focused on some spot beyond all of you. And it's not just his eyes that you can see. It's everything that he sees with. It's just beyond sort of like your little circle.
He takes the bag and he stands up and walks in that direction.
Okay. The person stands up as well. They stand about 5'11". They're very slender. A little bit of an hourglass figure, but you think they might actually be wearing a corset. Their hands kind of move to rest on their hips, and they grin again at you. That same like crooked smile.
He takes out the map and he lays it on the ground between them. And then just like starts murmuring seemingly to himself.
Athelstan, there's
pointing
nobody
out.
there.
Well, if we take this route, I mean, how long can you fly for again? A couple hours? An hour?
Hours. Depends.
Probably take this route here, follow the river, back up to the lodge.
And usually I can either use it in another hour, between an hour and 6 hours. If I just keep going.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll have no ill effects. Should be fine.
No.
Athelstan, there's nobody there.
There will be ill effects, but I don't care.
That's fair.
And whatever you're thinking, don't. We have to trust that Sly will come back.
And she might be there. And I'll
Could
get
be.
back that piece of me that she took from me. I gave her my hand. She took what was it? She took beforehand, and I'm tired of it.
I mean, I feel like Yana's probably shouted out by now.
I don't. I gave that willingly. I'm talking about the piece of me that Chakuna took.
Eric, you suck at whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything. Let's see if I can roll the same number 4 times in a row.
Sleight of hand, sleight of hand. Animal handling. Actually, that sounds... Animal handle Athelstan. Fanimal handle.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, seriously, what are
9955.
you doing?
Just
That's
nine,
ridiculous.
9.
You rolled 4 3s in a row on a thing that is supposed to be random. That is crap.
9 9 and
5.
5 5. I still don't believe it.
No.
I still think that
Did it
no.
not 20 before that?
Razira rolled 1.
Yeah.
That makes 5.
Rob, math
Bullshit.
the odds of rolling the same number.
It's okay. This one will be higher. It's fine.
All right then. He rolls up the map and he tucks it into his breast pocket.
So we going then?
He bamps out the
Listen,
wings.
what are you doing?
Wand of Web.
Yeah, if he is bamping on his wings, I'm jumping on top of him.
Okay. What does it say for the web?
15. I just rolled it for Athelstan.
Okay. Athelstan, you are thoroughly webbed because you rolled a 1.
Just like stands up and just like rolls his shoulders. The wings just kind of mantle out, and then just face down.
Now.
Eli's about to jump on top, sees his head, and goes, okay.
Does the fall knock him out or hurt him in any way?
No, you're just
He's got 3 madnesses.
no, you're
And
just
he's stoned.
secured in place right now.
Now, is there anything else there?
Would Razira recognize anything that's going on with Athelstan?
Make a Arcana or
You knew that
medicine
it was
check.
Baluite. You remember
Okay.
that he drank that,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you
I
knew
do
it was the
same.
shaman stuff.
Yeah. Make a
And I
perception check
have,
at disadvantage, Athelstan.
You said
A what?
who?
Perception check at disadvantage, Athelstan.
I also have a perception in herbalism kit, so would I know
Okay.
anything else about that?
Like I said,
Arc-
make a medicine or
Arcana?
Arcana check. Yep.
Medicine. Nope.
Nope. The rest of you watch as Athelstan is webbed, and then Yenrik appears at his elbow. What do you do, Yenrik?
Laying
What
fl-
are you
He's
doing?
laying face down. The belt. The bag is on his belt.
You're
'cause he
not
has
prone.
the
You're
mask
just
in his back.
restrained.
Oh, so he's like
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
mummyized,
like a
basically with web.
worm.
I pull out a vial. And I jab Athelstan with it.
Is it a needle? Is there a needle on the end of the vial?
Yes.
I fucking hate you.
And is there anybody else in the
He-
web area, or is it
Eric, what are you doing?
Doesn't seem to be.
okay?
Fixing the problem.
You all see this sort of. It's obviously a needle.
What do you jab him with it?
It looks like a. It's sort of like purpley red, and it's very thick, whatever it is. Almost the consistency of like melted peanut butter. And one
Where
second
did you
it's
stab
in
it?
the 1 second it's in
The
there,
left cheek.
and
He
the
barks.
next it's in the butt.
It's in
What?
his butt? You stabbed him in the butt with it?
And the left cheek.
Yeah, the left butt cheek.
Oh, you said I wasn't prone. I was just restrained.
No, but
Yeah,
you're
but
still
you're still
standing and your
standing.
butt is there.
Oh, okay.
And I'm short.
You stab him in the ass.
Only
and
reach your butt.
He makes
Yeah.
that
This.
So
chips. Just
you
like,
feel this like bee sting in your butt cheek.
"Ow,
Ah,
something bit me.
they broke her. And then this figure sort of gets like wiggly in front of you, like you're looking at it through like heat haze.
Don't go.
Well, I've got to now.
Don't go.
I've got to
Can we?
now. And then you're out.
Just like the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's very loud.
Yeah.
You're still restrained, so you'll still be like this for.
Oh,
An hour.
I thought it was just around him, and then he just tipped over.
No, it secures you to the ground. So
I'm
you're
confused.
basically like.
Webbed
What?
up but
Webbed
standing up.
freeze tag.
Do you know
Yeah.
Adam's family when Dr. Pinderschloth is in the garden and is all wrapped up in the vines? That's basically you right now.
Yeah.
My spatial awareness is
Oh,
failing
yeah.
right now.
I don't get it. All
Look
right,
at
I'm
you.
just.
I'm just gonna assume Atlas just stared and watched it all happen stunned.
Is there
It's like
anything
if
else
you're
you'd
holding.
like to do,
It's like
Atlas?
if you're holding an opossum, and there's just drool streaming out of his mouth.
Henrik,
Now,
Yeah,
now I gotta.
what did you just do?
Fix the problem.
How?
You wanted him to stay, right?
Yes. How did you make him
Oh.
stay?
Put him to sleep.
With
With the vial.
Actually, can I?
what was in the vial?
Would it be a disadvantage though?
You can make a con save.
Yeah.
At disadvantage.
Would it be though? Considering
It would be
my-
a disadvantage due to
my
this.
biology.
It would be a disadvantage due to this particular brand.
Oops. That's a charisma save, not a con save. Gee, Cedar.
Yeah.
Why
I'm just
isn't it?
I'm just trying to figure out if Razira saw Breeze use the wand or not.
Yeah, no, you're out cold. I would
Just-
say there wasn't really any like
I'm not trying to hide
sleight
it.
of hand or anything, Razira. So yeah, you definitely saw Breeze use the wand.
Okay. It was either that or she'd be looking for the giant spider that came out of nowhere.
No, you watch this wand kind of ejaculate all over Athelstan.
Ew.
The wording.
This is not what I wanted out of the 69th episode, but I'm taking it.
You didn't expect to be
Yeah, you are.
slewed?
Right
It's
in the
the
butt.
It's the
Rude
only
one.
way I expected to get sticky, and I got stabbed in the ass. Anyway, feel free, continue. This is the third episode in a row where I spend most of it
Yeah.
unconscious.
I don't know what you're talking about. Last time you got to get high.
It's your own damn fault for eating those things. So
These are the consequences of your actions.
Consequence.
Oh, don't let me stop you. Please.
All right.
I'm
So
just
what
the House of 1,000 Corpses up here.
what are you all doing now that Athelstan is mummified, splooge mummified?
King slightly.
Just like twitching every once in a while. Even his wings.
So what was it? Yenrek?
Exactly, or just plain terms?
Yes.
It's a pastora flora flower concoction that comes into a sedative.
Okay.
Would
How
Does
long
Razira
does
that
it
name
last?
sound really familiar?
Medicine check?
You can make a medicine check.
Monkey life, stop sucking.
That's a 2,
Oh my god.
naturally.
I
and
haven't rolled
10.
above an 11 since we started. This is
No.
fucking bullshit. Somehow the Outlander knows it.
Razira, you do recognize this because it is a flower that still blooms in Chult. And it is used as a sedative, but it can also be used as a topical sort of
Neosporin.
no, it
I'm
acts like
sorry that I
a
yelled.
like it makes the area numb.
Pasta.
Like a topical
Did you say
cream.
numb or melt?
Numb.
Okay.
Ugh.
Like you put it on your skin and that area becomes a little bit numb.
Like
Does it
icy
smell
hot type
minty
stuff.
fresh?
I'm gonna say
Kind
if
of.
it makes the area
Lidocaine.
melt, if it makes the area melt, that would give a whole new definition to swamp ass.
Oh.
Sticky.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a medicinal thing. Eli, you recognize it because it's the flower that the bugbears were looking for.
Uh-huh. Yeah, about 30 seconds after I asked that question, I remembered why I knew that word.
Liz, that's right. Thank you. Local anesthetic.
Hmm.
One time I used like the mint cream, like to numb areas because I have chronic pain, but I thought that I washed it all off and then I wiped it. It was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
In there.
Discounting kidney stones and like breaking bones, that was pretty up there. Be careful. Use that stuff responsibly, Yenrik.
Mhm.
Yenrek, how long?
Atlas is just kind of like staring at Yenrik. He looks to stare back at Gordon, like the two him bros are just like they're a little out of their depths right now, I assume.
How
Yeah.
long is he gonna be out?
Yeah,
Okay.
a while.
What?
Okay. We have 55 minutes with me able to speak to you still, so let's figure out what we're gonna do in that time.
Why does Yenrik want to go so bad right now?
You mean Athelstan?
Athelstan?
Yeah, why does I'm a little bit traumatized right now, and also being multilingual is hard on my head?
Because Sly got taken by the bagman, and I think he wants to go back to where we started, to where we left all of the bags of
Their
holding.
bags.
Oh, at
So
the
that he
cabin
can-
lodge thing?
Yeah, so like where we initially started the trial, so that he can jump into one and go rescue Sly, because that makes sense.
But he doesn't know if that will even work.
Yep, that's why I stopped him.
But how do
You're
we
thinking
convince
clearly
him that
right
might
now.
not work?
Because he's high as fuck right now, and hopefully when he wakes up, he'll be sober.
How do we... Can I make a medicine check on how to make somebody sober?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need this in real life.
I would roll, but my stuff has been so freaking garbage.
No, I believe... You know what, Artemis? I believe in you.
Uh-huh.
It's in me.
Also,
You
I know
probably
you
will
have
high this
pasta
time
on you,
anyway.
so maybe I believe in pasta
There
too.
you go.
Sure. Oh, sure.
A little
Will do.
pasta. A little pasta.
You know,
She's really
a
upset right now.
likely a lesser restoration spell would do it. Other than that, you're looking at time, water, maybe some coffee. Athelstan, you can roll a d4 for me to determine how long you are incapacitated for.
3 hours.
Sounds about right.
So when the clock, so that's what the clock of the pocket watch was for. It was this is when Athelstan wakes the fuck up clock.
It's when everything goes sideways. I'm here for this nonsense. All
The
right.
pocket watch is just held in his fist, which is just webbed shut.
After an hour, the webs fade and Athelstan falls like a sack of potatoes.
I catch him before he hits the ground so he doesn't hit his freaking head.
Sure, make a dex save.
Because this will go great.
I
It
can't
will,
make
you
a dex
got it.
save, so I think the pocket watch just falls out of his hands. Out of his hand. Yep, that's a 5, Keli.
This is
That's a 9
the
for Sarah!
most... Shit.
Fine, I'll do it.
No. You roll a
Wait,
9, I
oh,
roll
wait a
a
minute.
1.
Wait a minute. I'm a barbarian, so I get
I'm gonna
advantage
use one of
on
my
dex
freaking
saves, so
inspirations because this is just
No,
stupid.
no, fuck it. Just let him fall.
No.
Because you guys wouldn't be. Why would you be paying attention? How would you know?
You know, in Clue, when they bring the bodies into the parlor and by the end they just kind of like drop him? I feel like that's everybody with Athelstan right now.
You all go to try and catch him, just smash into each other all at the same time. Give
No.
Keli her inspiration back, please. I'm unconscious, but I'm putting my foot down, Kanan.
No, I'm just
story-wise
saying,
here.
because of my barbarian danger sense, would it be possible for me to be able to have the reflexes to do that again?
I think it. Can you just
It's only-
share what it says?
I thought that was only when either you were raging or it was like traps.
Yeah, I
It
was
was
gonna say,
traps,
yeah.
but that's just.
It's a wand of web.
Yep. I mean, technically, it's a trap.
You see the owie on Pasta's head
She's
No.
got
By
owie.
her ear.
Oh no,
Oh, she
my
got
God.
owie?
Yeah.
What happened?
She's got a really big owie on the side of her head.
What
Oh, I see it.
happened?
She's
she
chaotic
fall?
clumsy like her mom.
Did she fall off a
She-
height?
She
Yeah.
fell off her cat tree.
Oh, she
Tried to catch
bumped.
herself on it and hit her head on the way down.
Mm.
'Cause she's clumsy like her mom.
Is she
Oh,
Poor
okay?
thing.
Or
Is she
pasta.
okay?
Yeah, no, Rosier, the way it's worded is it's traps and effects that affect you, less so trying to catch somebody when they're falling.
You're all talking, and in the background, you're all talking about what to do next. In the background, it's just like swing.
Bonk.
Thump. You all turn and Athelstan's just like,
And his head, like I want it to be all movie and shit. His arm just like flays out, his one hand, and the pocket watch just like clinks.
clink, clink, clinks.
And then the entire thing is ruined when Athelstan just starts
Roll
snoring.
a d4 for me.
D4 what?
I'm
I'm
about to
scared.
take 3 damage. I'll take my damage.
That wasn't damage.
Oh dear.
As Athelstan
an additional 3
falls,
hours.
the pocket watch bounces towards the edge of the platform.
God.
Web.
You're webbing it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a pocket watch. It does not get a saving throw.
Okay.
How many charges you got in that thing?
5 more.
I'll say, just given the size of the web, it like relatches Athelstan's arm to the ground.
Just like smashed down. There's
Yeah.
a little green blood and there's like a bruise already developing. Just bleeding out of his nose.
Would Zero be able to just cut the web apart to get to the
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
to get it away?
He
Yeah, of course.
froze up.
So you claw through the web, pick up the pocket watch, get rid of all the splooge.
Not even gonna bother not going to cut Athelstan out just in case. It's already on the ground. What's gonna happen?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know, y'all wasted 1 hour. There's 2 more hours until midnight. Till backwards midnight.
Try. The only thing is that I don't know if it'll remove the sedative too. If he's got some kind of weird. Where did he get these mushrooms from?
I'll look at the thicket.
Probably in the forest.
We need to have a discussion about not eating things that you find randomly growing around you. Like, I feel like this is just traveling through the woods 101, but
Out of
obviously
character.
not the case.
Out of character moves. The book that where the origins of all flora and fauna is probably still like it's like probably smushed over to one side, but it's still open to the page of the Valuweed's mushroom.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
As
Well, they
As,
probably knew what this was.
Keli was saying that, anybody paying attention would have seen Razira notice like a mouse running by and just start chasing it around the plateau.
Atlas is still kind of stunned by everything going on. He says, well, yeah, it can be dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, it's a good way to supplement your food sources. I mean, you have to be careful. You have to be careful, though, because one time I heard about this person, and they ate a mushroom, and they turned into a cabbage. It was temporary, though. They got better. But, I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's safe. I just want to say, because, you know, druid stuff. Except, like, I go to look at Gordon, because I am holding his hand with the other hand, and I do this to kind of, like, so we can join.
Is that
Am
how
I
the
doing the right direction on the stream?
is that how the guy in Avatar got all those cabbages?
Maybe.
Exactly.
The cabbages are people. For Zira, roll an attack for me. Like your
Don't
claw
fall
attack.
off the plateau.
Okay. You bring your claw down on this little mouse. Roll your damage.
Just imagine that scene with Scar where he's just like playing with the mouse.
Your little fingers or nails, claws, whatever, dig into this mouse. And suddenly your hand is rapidly expanded as a woman manifests in the same spot as where the mouse was. Oh,
What is it?
hello. I was hoping you would notice me. I guess a mouse in this area is probably not wise with all the snakes, but it's fine. Oh, look at this one. Is he dead?
We know who this is.
Oh, yeah.
no, it's the necromancer lady.
Yeah.
Atlas looks over and is like, nobody's dead here.
He looks quite dead.
He's not.
I can
He's
add him to
sleeping.
my. And she points across the way. And because it's light out now, you can see these two massive balls of zombie ick.
I look over at Breeze, who has zombie-related trauma.
The zombie coconut tree.
Yeah, when you got entombed.
It's been an hour now, so.
Yeah, I just pat Breeze on the shoulder.
He's just asleep right now. He'll be back later. How are you, miss?
Oh, I'm just fine. Just dandy, lovely. Are you sure he's not deceased?
Like,
Yes.
His wings
I-
flutter.
Oh, that's a shame.
Do you speak Abyssal?
Yes, actually. Hello.
Oh, good. Somebody can understand me.
Could they not understand you?
I got cursed or something. I don't know.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I could probably fix that for you if you like.
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 4 days now.
Huh?
Did you just see what just happened then?
With the webbing and the bagman going into a... I thought we weren't allowed to have bags of holding.
We found it.
We're not.
Oh. Interesting.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
So why didn't you go into the sanctuary then?
Oh, I've been in and out several times.
How did you get out?
Well,
I thought we weren't allowed to leave once we got in.
oh, no, I mean in the shrine.
Yeah.
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been in and out several times.
What's
Oh,
inside?
Oh, there's some supplies, and it's much cooler in there.
How'd you convince the snakes to let you in, or did you just mouse it in?
I moused it in, and then I snaked it in a couple times.
Yeah. God, I hate this jungle.
Oh, it's so lovely here. I think I might build a
Razira-
vacation house.
Razira just looks around and it's like, why do you hate this place? It reminds me of home.
I'm sorry
That's
to hear
exactly
that.
why.
I suppose there is a little bit of an issue with the bagman and your tiefling gone.
Yeah.
You have to be over here for the
You're-
trial to end. Yes?
They'll be back.
No, not them. I mean, them. And she gestures
Zombie
to
Flats.
the zombie clots and her bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
they
there
can't
even-
climb.
There's no room over here even then.
Well, of course there is. We can go into the shrine.
You can go into the shrine.
Well, yes.
Snakes
you-
won't let us.
Oh, so kill them.
What's
Or
a thought?
polymorph.
Don't have that.
Oh, I do.
I mean, I kind of
We
can
know
polymorph, but not really.
Are you having ill effects with your magic too?
Oh, yes. There was one time I cast a quick spell just to, make myself clean. And, my skin turned orange.
Okay.
Razira just looks and is still confused on colors.
For how long did that last?
Oh, I suppose I slept and I woke up and I was fine.
I really hate this jungle.
My
Okay.
mom would always tell me if I ate too many carrots, I would turn orange.
I did that as a baby. We have pictures of it as proof.
What?
Yep. I ate so many like sweet potatoes and carrots when I was a baby, I turned orange.
Yeah. Oh no, you're like a baby
That's what
flamingo.
happens when you're super white and you eat stuff. That's great.
It's true.
Yep. But anyways,
So white
Carrots
babies.
responsibly, streamers who are watching or listening on various podcasting platforms.
So, I could polymorph all of you.
I don't know if that's allowed in the rules.
Well,
It
we're
doesn't
not,
say you can't.
not exactly helping each other, but we are.
We're also not fighting each other.
Doesn't say we have to, does it?
no,
Nope,
it said
it
we
says we
can't
can't.
fight once we got here.
It did say that too. But
I
on
mean, I can go in with you sometime too. I can change shape. Question. I had a question though. Have you seen any of the other people we were fighting against?
Oh, yes, I saw a bunch of bugbears
Interesting. What were they doing?
being captured.
I knew that.
Did you see Shakuna?
No, I've managed to avoid her. I also saw several drow.
Oh, were they being captured too, or were they doing other things?
No, they were, I think they were hunting or moving towards one of the shrines.
Oh, did you see the fish people?
No, I haven't seen those weirdos.
They all talked at the same time.
It was very strange.
Do you think that if they became dead and you resurrected them, they would still do that? Maybe this isn't a question I should ask.
It's very interesting. Perhaps we should find out.
Maybe
Turn all
not.
your regrets
Yeah.
back.
I want to know now too.
I feel that would be very interesting.
Did you see the demon dog?
Demon dog. What demon dog?
He kind of looked like Atlas draws like a triangle and then like puts little legs down.
Oh, the demon chicken.
Yeah.
Yes. So adorable.
Is it still alive?
I haven't seen him since camp. Haven't seen that party since camp. What are you trying to
Roll the
do?
history check because as a player, I can't remember the drow and I can't find my notes.
So when you were kind of visiting the other parties, the last tent you went to, a single drow answered at the tent and would not really
Oh, okay.
engage with you
Yes,
at
now
all.
that you say that.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like, why? I'm like frantically going through my notes over here and I'm like, why can't I find a mention of drow? That's why.
I will say where you're standing on this map. Breeze, Heli, Razira, and Yenrik, you guys feel like your toes are tingling.
Is there a
Razira
reason
looks
my
down.
toes are cold?
Well, I'm assuming that would be my aura.
Lovely.
Okay.
And she like lifts. She is still dressed in like a gown. She did not change into any sort of like traveling gear or anything. She is dressed in like, this sort of beautiful black drapey gown with like inseam of like purple and green and like this very beautiful lace over the whole thing. So she lifts the bottom of that up and this sort of like blackish blue mist rolls out from under her dress. I'm assuming it's
get
not
that looked
harming
at.
you because of the rules.
Okay.
Normally it makes it hurt to be around me.
really sad, actually.
It's not so bad. Keeps people from touching me.
Good to know.
Other than this one, and she points to Razira. You touched me.
To be
I don't know how I
fair,
feel about that.
you looked like a mouse at the time, and they are a tabaxi.
Hmm. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
It's like,
They ride the scorpions into battle.
yes. And then the ones in Manhattan ride the fucking pigeons.
True. Hi, we're back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Hello.
back. I was gonna say that, and you said it before I could say it. Damn it, Agni.
That's
So-
what I do.
Does anybody do anything for the last 2 hours of Athelstan's, we'll call it decompression?
Oh, don't everybody jump at once.
No? You just kind of hang out and...
Yeah.
Okay. So, Athelstan, you wake with
Dry mouth?
dry mouth, but also Fraxis is looking down at you with a big smile on her face.
Fraxis?
Yeah, that's her name.
Oh, yeah. Just like, just drool everywhere, and he just like,
Hi. I tried to see if you were dead, but they said you were alive, and then you started twitching in your sleep.
he looks around. He like kind of just peels himself up off of the ground. Puts the stump just goes against the ground, and he just hisses.
Oh, what happened there?
Just pushes himself up. Just wipes his mouth.
You were quite drooly.
All I'm imagining Applestan's face the moment he recognizes them.
He looks around. He looks around for the pocket watch.
Razira, where's the pocket watch?
Would have handed it to Key Live.
He's like.
Hila, do you give the pocket watch over?
Right away. Athelstan. Are you back with us now?
As much as I can be. Just snatches it.
You will come back.
Mm-hmm.
They both will.
Yeah. He tips it open.
At this point, you can see that the hour and minute hand have passed the red ruby at the top and are ticking back towards 11.
And he tucks it into the pocket of his jerkin.
I give like Athelstan a once over to see if he's still suffering any kind of weird effects from the mushrooms.
Do you allow this, Athelstan?
Why? What are you doing? You're like, nah.
Kind of, yeah, that, and I need to check your bandages too.
Oh, let's see.
Keep her
You
away
can
from me.
stay over there,
Oh,
but you can watch.
okay.
Just he's a little grumpy sometimes.
Oh. So you're able to determine that other than like dry mouth, Athelstan seems to be over the ick, the worst of it.
I'm gonna change his bandages too while I'm at it and mark off another use of the healer's kit.
Every time you touch him, it's very noticeable that he wants to pull away.
Mm.
Even hisses at you.
Eli is very skilled in tending wounds, like is what she did. So she is aware to move slow and talk in low tones and be gentle. And like she recognizes the want to pull away and like doesn't hang on. So like if he does pull away, but also continues to work.
Oh, then he keeps. Then takes a while because he just keeps pulling away.
It does take a little bit. And the injury is a little bit worsened right now just because he'd not
Hit it.
fallen on it, but he used it to get up. It probably got banged
Yeah.
on the way down.
Yeah, but Keelay's patient and used to, all kinds when it comes to wounds. So very much like you can very much see her medic training in this.
He's just digging at the ground with the other hand. Just resolve.
She'll come back, Athelstan. You have to believe that.
I know.
Come back, and the trial will be over, and we'll go back where we belong.
I know.
Finish cleaning up his wound and bandaging it back up and stuff, and let him go.
It looked quite bad. What happened?
Cut it off.
Were you stuck in a bear trap?
No.
Oh. Just for fun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just for fun.
Did it hurt?
No more than usual.
I'm
Interesting.
sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Praxis.
I'm Fraxis.
Right.
Her reputation precedes her.
Oh, you're so kind.
I don't think I know I didn't know anything about her, at least not according to what I have written down. I didn't know her.
No, you didn't.
So,
So?
obviously, you're a clever one. You got here.
Yes, of course, I had help. And she gestures to her companions across the way again.
Atlas, can I have some water?
I have to figure out how we're gonna get them over here.
I need water. And he stands up.
Is yours like for the small one? If I can climb down the edge of this, I could probably climb up and carry them across. But the other two, I have no idea.
Oh.
Would they count as people?
I don't think they count part of the trial.
Are you still talking in Abyssal?
In Abyssal, yes. Praxis can understand.
So, like, we know
Well,
it's a question.
I think there are many people.
But do they count as part of the trial? Did they have to do the
Contract.
thing? Did they have to agree?
Well, I agreed for them. Oh, you wanted some water. She pulls out a...
He's already gone over to Atlas.
Oh. Okay.
Group hydrate.
There's lots of water in the shrine.
We'll have to figure out how to get in there eventually, I'm sure, but
The snakes just hiss.
Do you want me to go in there with her? I can go in.
I think they might realize it's you. Oh wait, you can't understand me.
Why would they realize that Atlas is Atlas?
Well, if they change here, they're gonna see that and know it's him.
I suppose the big one might, but the little ones no.
It could be like a magic trick, like in the carnival, you know, the quick change or like the disappearing people.
Well, have you been to the Witchlight Carnival?
The other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've not.
Wait,
had the
have you
pleasure.
been to the Witchlight Carnival?
Yeah, several times.
Do you know my looks at non-existent notes? The person who used to run the carnival I was a part of?
old.
I think they're pinned in our chat.
Then it is
What?
sold.
Isolde's the one who's in my
Isolde?
carnival right now.
Yes, Isolde is the
Oh,
one
okay.
currently in Atlas's carnival.
The other one. Which chat is it in? I don't know what channel it's in. Let me look at our
General,
pins.
I think.
Yeah.
What's the
Yes, I met Mr. White and Mr. Light. Mr. Witch and
Wow.
Mr. Light. Sorry.
So that's cool.
They used to be part of your carnival. Oh, interesting. That explains a few things.
What things?
Oh, it's nothing, I'm sure.
Can I make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Is
We
it
don't-
some-
We don't like secrets here.
Atlas.
Yeah.
He pulls the pocket watch from his jerkin.
I observe him jerking.
Do you recognize this?
Do I recognize it?
Make a history check.
Make a jerkin check.
Make a jerkin check.
It is episode 69 after all.
Nice.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm also going to read how something works on my end real quick.
Sure.
I want to read how my wheel and woe works because I don't remember if it works on other people or only me.
I think you can impose
I don't
it
know if
on
I mean I
anybody.
can't. I don't know if I can use it on myself.
Oh. I'm not sure
You
off
have
the
to
top of my
remind
head.
Keisha of that when she comes back because she forgets.
Yeah, I know.
I
You gotta
forget it
remind her.
Um,
Whenever
so
creature I can see.
insight wise, you get the feeling that they're kind of like flighty and a little bit all over the place all the time. So she's sort of like mentally wandered off
So it's like talking to me.
a little bit, yeah.
That's painful to deal with. It says a creature I can see.
You can see yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself an extra d6 on that history roll.
Okay.
Dirty 20 then total.
Okay. So you know a memento mori. Basically, it's usually found on gravestones or mausoleums of that sort of nature. essentially it means like you will always return to death. Like this is just the way of things.
It's the circle of life.
The actual pocket watch itself doesn't appear to have any sort of significance to anything you know or
He
anyone
clicks
you
it
know.
open.
You can read the scratching on the inside.
What does it say?
Seems to be in Druidic.
What?
It says
In
it
the
all comes to this.
Well, I think that's Druidic. It says it all comes to this.
But it's odd that the time is going backwards.
But it's kind of weird. It's like the hands are going backwards.
That saying mean anything to the rest of us?
You can make history checks.
Because I've been rolling so well tonight.
You did really well
Hey.
on your previous medicine check.
Hey, did you know that you could help or hinder the party by using
I'm
Channel
gonna
Boy?
use an inspiration because
Sure.
I'm really sick of this nonsense.
I rolled a
I'm
6.
Gonna guess I don't, but I'll try.
I use my physical
just-
point. Oh no, let me look. I tabbed. Oh no. Everybody's doing great, guys. We're all fine. We're all fine today.
I have zero idea. In fact, I don't even know this conversation's going on.
You're just
Two
sad that your
sixes.
meal
2
is gone.
6s, 2 12s.
You're still trying to figure out how a mouse turned into a woman.
Zegrazia's like, I was going to eat that.
You still can.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
I'm not Zero. So nobody recognizes the pocket watch.
Nah. You do know, I will say this, Breeze in particular, you do know that, and Yunrik, when the bagman takes someone, they leave behind something.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that. If one of you explains it, sorry, that wasn't towards God. That wasn't towards you, Sky Daddy.
You are forgiven.
Thank you. Anyway, that's why. Yes, that's why I said it wasn't an even trade. Because it's not.
Wait, sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
It's not an even trade.
Oh.
Nobody said it was ever an even trade.
Never is.
I say to Breeze, do you need relish on that hot dog?
We have hot dogs?
No.
Oh, but we have relish.
Maybe?
No.
Probably not.
Sorry, my abyssal's not very good. I'm just trying to talk to Breeze.
Oh,
Breeze.
okay. I can translate.
Was I talking about hot dogs again?
Yes.
Oh, that always happens when I try to speak other languages. You see a flashback in Atlas's mind of him trying to talk to several patrons and him mentioning hot dogs by accident as just
I'm
like
security
a little pony.
here. Would you like ketchup on your hot dog?
Yeah, like he from like when he's like tiny to now Atlas size.
He never was a food vendor, but he did hand out lots of churros.
Well, the thing is, he tried a bunch of jobs and then he was kind of saddled. I'm funny. And he was saddled with being a monster hunter.
Athelstan goes back to the fucking
Complain
decimated.
about these puns, but you make them too, so.
Yeah.
Athelstan goes back to the decimated field mouse nest and just sits in it.
Is it full of poop?
I said decimated, not defecated.
No, but it's a field mouse nest. I assume it's full of poop.
No,
Thing that he made the night before.
Oh, I wasn't there that day. I was in New Jersey.
Roll a
thing-
D100 for me.
Oh,
No,
boy.
I didn't mean to do this to see her. My sound balance is really bad tonight, by the way. I don't know why, but everybody is like... I've been trying to mess with the mic volumes this whole stream, and I can't fix it.
You're fine.
But I can't hear some people, is the problem.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay. My character voice is naturally pretty low anyway. I'll bring my mic closer.
Athelstan, you suffer 1 wound as you sit on an arrow.
I sit on an arrow?
Arrow in your
Where?
butt.
An arrow.
It fell out of the bag of holding.
Where?
Who did that to me? I blame chat.
It was a 50-50 shot that you didn't get everything into the bag of holding.
I
thought
go,
you were gonna be that.
You were
I-
stoned.
You hear a doink, and he just like pulls it out and shoves it in the bag.
You got stabbed twice in the butt tonight.
The other.
That
come
was
on,
you.
Come on, Athelstan, turn the other cheek.
What do you mean? What was me?
That was you.
What was me?
God damn it, Duality, get out.
Don't ever touch me ever again.
Never touched you.
It's true. I
I'm
saw the whole
sorry,
thing.
I couldn't help that joke.
But thank you.
That's where I went.
Episode 69.
Nice.
Can
I'm
Atlas
gonna launch myself off this plateau.
please don't?
Oh, please record your entire thought process on the way down and I'll collect it after.
Sure.
Thanks.
Penny. Of course. Why not?
Can Atlas go back to his mind palace right now?
Sure.
His little between his 4 ears and his little horsey brain. And
Okay.
can he think back to that grave site that we visited in Scald? Does
Okay.
that have to do with anything he knows about from there, that watch? Because he saw a bunch of druidic shit there.
Yes.
You mean the one that had blood spurt written
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You recall that there was several memento mori there. They were in a sort of like fenced off mausoleum, but there was like a relief at the top of a memento mori with red eyes.
Atlas has a brain blast Jimmy Neutron style. And he goes, red eyes.
Oh.
Keyboard.
Keyboard!
No.
Keyboard!
He
Go
goes,
ahead.
red eyes, the mausoleum. Scald.
What? Atlas?
What?
In the mausoleum in Scald, there were a bunch of memento moris, and there was like a red eyes thing.
Razia has
Okay.
no idea what you're talking about.
I just remembered half of you weren't there in Scald.
When were you in Scald? Wait, what?
We in?
Breeze.
What is a skull?
Breeze, remember in where you're
It's a
from,
barn.
there's that graveyard, right?
It's a bard. Razira.
And then there's this graveyard, and then there are a bunch of dead people hanging up, getting turned into
Yeah.
jerky, I think. I don't know, my memory's kind of foggy. But
They weren't
The-
hanging up. They were on like a table left out to the elements because that was part of their like culture.
they were becoming jerky. And then there were a bunch of graves, and there were druidic signs everywhere, and there was this mausoleum, and there were red eyes on it, and Atlas is just like flipping out.
Like the guy
All coming
from
together.
Always Sunny and
It's the eyes.
Well, it's like my campaign.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Bree says yes.
But the mausoleum, the eyes, the memento mori.
I don't really remember that.
They don't remember.
I don't know if you came with us.
Razira has no idea what a mausoleum is.
Out of character, Breeze wasn't there for that. They went to the theater.
Yeah, I don't think Breeze was there.
Yeah, I think it was you and
Willa.
yeah,
Who?
And
Ella.
Sly went with Atlas and Alaric, maybe? It's been a little bit
That's
since
the
I've
time
seen
that
it. But
Des dressed up as the person.
Singer.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Atlas is just like, is there like dirt in the ground?
Yeah, there's lots of dirt.
I try to draw it with my what is to. Actually, don't I have a pen and paper in my thing? What
Yeah,
did
I think
do?
you've got parchment and
I want to draw it. What's my to draw check?
performance.
Okay, Atlas has done portrait classes at the carnival. There's a
Are you
reason
sure?
why though. There's a reason why he didn't become a portrait artist though.
Yeah, yeah. So you see this sort of skull and crossbones, but like very rudimentary, like a grade 3. Somebody in grade 3 redrew it from memory without a reference material. And then like the eyes are circled like a bunch of times to like indicate that they're red.
Yeah, he put an arrow pointing to it and wrote red in all capitals.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tried to write it in abyssal underwards, but or is the script infernal or is it also abyssal?
For what?
They,
They're
what
both
Breeze is
different
speaking.
languages.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
Breeze
abyssal.
just speaks abyssal.
Well, he tries to write it because he doesn't understand that. He tries to write it too.
ends up writing something random instead by accident.
Hot
Really
dog.
offensive.
That's right, hot dog.
Penis.
Yeah, Breeze, you read it and it says
Penis hot dog.
penis hot dog. Yeah.
Why are you talking about a penis hot dog?
Why did you write penis hot dog?
It's supposed to say it's supposed to say red.
Oh, and Praxis just corrects you.
Praxis, have you ever been to Scald?
No, but I've heard of it. It's in Cartacus?
Yeah.
I don't think we.
Do you know anything about big red eyes over a
did.
mausoleum?
I can't say that I do, no.
Okay. Gordon, what about you?
What?
There's a mausoleum in Scald?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of them. The Scaldford folk are usually buried in them. They don't want to do the whole jerkying process.
Yeah. But, like, there was this mausoleum with red eyes on it, and they had a bunch of memento moris on it, like this one. Do you know who was in that mausoleum?
Oh, yeah, they all have that on them.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Back to the drawing board.
It's a saying,
okay.
right? Like it's
What?
more of a it's more of a saying. Everything
is?
returns to death.
Memento Mori, it literally translates. I mean, I can't remember the literal translation, but it doesn't mean, death is sort of like the end result of everything.
Actually, no.
Anybody who looked.
Oh, I'm asking it like if it's just like a saying, like.
Just what you say when some shit dies.
Memento mori. Remember, you must die.
Remember, you must die. Yeah, it's a very dark saying, but in our reality, it was a very common thing to be said during like the Victorian era because everything dies, and there was something beautiful in death, and it was so they were obsessed with it. So you have all of these beautiful like gravestones and temples and mausoleums to death because it was the natural order of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it all came down to that.
Hey, Athelstan, can you open up the watch at all? Like, to see the components?
You look over at Athelstan, and Athelstan has climbed back into what is left of the thicket, and he's been quietly trying to pull it back up around him, but every piece of grass he touches shrivels in his hands.
Atlas feels really sad
And
right now.
nothing but papery plant fiber remains around him.
Athelstan?
You know when Bucky fell into ashes?
Why would you do this to
Yeah.
me? Why would you
And-
do this to Abby and I in
And
particular?
Steve reaches out and touches where he lay. And
Well, I was going.
that right there, he just reaches out and touches and watches as the moss
Your own damn fault, Effie.
that he slept upon
You would do that to them in particular?
dries out and withers.
You would do that to him? Right there.
Yes.
And he looks horrified.
So Applestan's not doing so hot. How's everybody else?
I was just gonna ask you, Athelstan, if you could see the mechanical parts, but you don't have to do that right now. Athelstan?
I don't think he can hear you right now, sweetie.
I'm go. Hey, Gordon. I'm gonna step over there for a moment.
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure.
Gordon, sweetie, why don't you sit down? We'll make some tea.
I'm good. I'm
No,
totally
you're not.
fine. Everything is fine. She'll be back.
You're it's okay if you're not okay.
I'm good.
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
I'd
Atlas.
appreciate it if you sat down anyways.
He like drops down and there's like a thump.
Good enough.
Atlas takes a berry from Straw Herald and kind of tries to smush it into Athelstan's mouth.
Baby.
Okay, I'll just drop it in the tower.
Now is Atlas screwing up a little bit and rolling up and going up Athelstan's nose.
No.
You can choose to take it if you wish.
You like
Keeping in mind
just
it's
like-
the precious sparkle pony.
it's just like you shove this into his mouth, your fingers touching just and I don't know if you ever really thought about it too hard, but like right up close you're reminded that his mouth is just full of sharp teeth. No incisor, just all shark teeth. It's just like
Atlas is from the carnival. He was on feeding duty before. He ended up fine. One of his fingers is shorter than the other one on his hand, like mine are, but
canon.
mine's from cutting his sandwich.
God, we're all a bunch of hot messes.
Thank you.
You look over at Gordon and he's like petting the poof at the end of his tail.
Buddy.
I'm
I just
fine.
sit down next to him.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. Everything is fine.
Literally petting yourself.
Oh.
It's okay.
He just keeps doing it.
I know. I just sit next to him because Keelai does not know what to do. She just... It's a situation she can't fix and she doesn't know what to do. So...
Keelai's gotta fix everything.
Rhaenyra just comes over to Gordon and starts
Purring.
standing up and patting him on the back. But considering she's 2.5 feet tall, it's probably not even going to reach his mid back.
Start
Yeah.
making biscuits.
Rosier's got kitty biscuits with her murder mittens.
Thanks, Razira. You're a really nice kitty. And then he starts
Alexis, why
crying.
don't you come sit down? I just like pat Gordon's knee. Fraxis, you want to come sit down?
Yes, that would be lovely. This is a very interesting wash of emotion. I've never seen a Minotaur cry before. And they sit down eagerly and have a notepad open.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is there still like the necrotic mist billowing out from underneath her, especially when she like plops herself down?
Yeah, so she sits down and it's like when you walk through like a smoke machine. It just sort of
Mhm.
like poofs out. And you all get
It's
that
not
like
hurting us.
No, it's not hurting you. You get that tingly sensation and it's like chilly, but that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know who would notice, but when it puffs past him, he just breathes in real deep.
You get this very cold decomp smell. It's familiar. Your father smells like that. You sometimes smell like that.
He reaches to like tug his gloves back onto his hands, but they're just not there. And he has no hand.
Yenrik, what are you doing?
Observing.
Good job.
I will observe observe Yenrik observing me and then observe him back.
Watching me, watching you, sweet girl.
Ba ba ba.
Good times are only bad times.
And he'll just place his hand down upon the dying moss and try to hear.
Okay. Make a nature check.
Anything?
Make a nature check.
This sucks, y'all. This place.
Oh
Damn, you're awake
no.
again.
Trauma.
It is a dirty 20.
You hear the sounds of things rotting, which is the way of things.
But usually he can hear the sound of living.
Yep.
He can't hear it?
Nope.
He lifts his hands like this, and he just yells, "Fuck!"
Well, you lift your one hand like that.
Yeah.
That's his arms.
Fuck! And it just echoes. Just literally roars it out. Fuck!
Okay.
Bang bang. Fuck you,
So you hear this loud fuck sort of echoing off into the distance, and from the other side of the plinth where the actual plateau is, you hear Praxis.
Punches the ground.
Oh, I'm fine. Just one of them having a temper tantrum.
Ella is going through all of the shit that she's got in her bags right now, trying to figure out some way to get that dude across.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Razira just goes to the edge and looks down.
It extends deeply into what looks to be the canopy of the forest floor. And, there's a light mist over all of it. It just seems to kind of disappear into greenish nothing.
Debating whether she could just climb down there in tiger form, go across, climb back up, and pick the dude up, and then repeat the process.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, but she doesn't know what's down there, so it's like
I will say Yenrik had mentioned that this is a place where a lot of things fall, so there's probably a lot of food down there.
Mm-hmm.
there
Athelstan
was
like
food for
nudges the
us.
snake away from his like knee, and then he stops and he just like looks down, and he's like, "Hello." You are small.
You're ugly.
I know.
Get
off
off
the
the plateau.
No.
It like bites your boot, but it's like this tiny little. It is like a venomous snake,
Mm-hmm.
but it is so small. It's clearly like a juvenile. Its fangs are not thick, like long enough or thick enough to get through your boot.
I just yeet it back into the snake pile.
Fuck off.
Alice, you
I'm-
got your crossbow?
Yeah.
Somebody
I
that has
have-
one, I don't know who.
I
Somebody.
have a crossbow.
I believe Atlas
Atlas
does have a
does too.
crossbow.
We both have crossbows.
Maggie.
Brazier doesn't have any weapons.
Maggie.
Yes, what about my crossbow?
Just making sure you were listening.
Yeah.
It seems that Keli is going
I was
to
making the
attempt-
snake face earlier.
Keli is thinking about attempting to recreate the bridge.
Or at least a rope across. If we can tie a rope to this, like tie a rope to an arrow and then shoot it across to them, at least the one can cross.
Out of character, Moose. We're not trying to leave, right?
No.
No, I'm just
Okay,
trying to
good.
get the other person across.
So that way
Wait,
the
who's the
trial
other
can end
person?
quicker. Her bodyguard, Fraxis's bodyguard.
Oh.
He's got to cross too, for sure. At least for sure him.
We agree,
Atlas,
so we do it.
The
We
other-
anchor the
Atlas would
thing.
offer his stuff to Keli because Keli's smart and Keli knows what she's doing. As long as she's not trying to get herself killed, which she doesn't think she is right now.
Keli, Athelstan pushes down, like, puts the finger on the end of the crossbow before it reaches Keli's hands and pushes it down. Keli is a terrible shot.
Who's the best
How
shot?
would you know?
He just like silently turns. And it's just like you hear the creaking of his neck, and he's just like,
There you are.
Do you want a massage later?
"You are a terrible shot." But
Sure.
I'm not much of one right now either because my balance is off. It should
You don't
not.
say.
It should
I'll
not
shoot it.
be.
I'm not terrible.
Genrick, you want to shoot it?
What did
I'll
you say,
shoot it.
Breeze?
Oh, Bree says they can shoot as well.
Okay, why don't you guys play rock paper scissors?
Boulder,
Boulder,
parchment,
parchment,
shears.
What?
Boulder,
parchment, shears.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gordon.
that's me.
Gordon and I will get to work making sure that these two stakes that held the bridge initially are still intact, and if not, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Sure.
Come on, big guy, let's go hit stuff.
Okay.
And it's just
Okay,
like
Gordon.
it's like circus, like the ting to ting ting ting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We agree, so
Raxus,
we do
you
it.
want to tell them we're gonna shoot an arrow over there? They might want to move.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
I could just hit the clot.
Do you want me to yell or message them?
Maybe no magic right now.
Oh, that's why I asked.
Move
Shlack!
over.
Slack! Uh, they're going to shoot you, okay?
No.
What?
What? What?
We are attempting to recreate the bridge with a missile move.
Okay.
Ting, 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 ting.
Mostly, I just wanted to see Affy have to talk to herself.
Oh.
Plan noted. Make Artemis talk to herself on Friday. And Maggie doesn't have to deal with this problem.
Sorry, what was that, Darkest House? That's what I thought.
I will actually
Oh,
end up doing that probably.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta tell you something after the game's over. Speaking of Darkest House.
Oh, no.
Okay. So we put the things back in place and we gotta shoot the bow.
Okay. So, Yinrik, if Breeze helps you kind of like aim and balance and whatever, because there is a difference between shooting a coral and shooting a coral that has rope wrapped around it.
Yes.
So you can do so at
Yay.
advantage with Breeze helping. And I insist
Alright.
that it is like Ghost, except with weapons.
Well, I mean, the worst that happens if you miss, you pull the rope back up.
Yep. Or the clot off the bridge.
Natural 20.
Of course it
Natural
was.
20. Natural 20.
Roll your damage on Clot 2.
What damage? A D8, D10?
Whatever. Oh,
The
you were
the
doing a
corpse
bite.
layer.
D.
It's a D8, isn't it?
No, it's a D10.
But it's also undead.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
shit.
a corpse-
Oh no.
D10 plus 4.
And it's a corpse
But it-
slayer, isn't it?
Yep. Unless
Which
you used
means-
unless you used Atlas's crossbow.
I handed I had two different I handed you probably the non-enchanted crossbow because the other one
I have the corpse slayer one.
Okay.
4 damage.
Okay.
What was the other one that you had? I thought you have 2 crossbows now.
Yeah, I have two crossbows on me. The other one
Oh.
the other one is the one that we got
was
Trixie out of.
Yeah.
Certain death. If I damage a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, the target can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
I fucking hate Trixie. I hope she's dead.
Wow, she could be the BBEG of this region, and you just don't know it yet.
She was just
That's-
dragging herself along with her fucking proboscis.
She's in the shrine right now, hanging out.
All right. So the
Trixie comes
rope,
out.
it doesn't pull taut until you start pulling it back, and you can feel like the resistance. All right. Benny's got it.
Tie it to something. And tie it very well. Preferably a tree.
I'm gonna need a little bit more room. How
Give us
much
some
rope
slack.
you got on that side?
It just slacks.
Pretty much as you need.
All right. And
we agree.
you can
so
feel
we
the
do.
rope moving further away. You feel it's tied off and secure.
I will make sure that the tie off on our side at least is anchored as well, not just like tied around the posts.
Okay.
Post. We're doing this twice, right? So that way we can like recreate this bridge. Or
I don't
like
know.
one on
My plan was
or-
just to have them like spider monkey across. So like I don't know. I'm
It'd be-
stupid, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm
We-
just trying to get them across.
we'll put one in the middle near where the feet are and put the railings back up so you can be like that.
Okay, good enough.
Cool, we agree, so we do it. Roll another 2 times, Breeze, with
Black,
advantage.
they're gonna shoot you 2 more times. Yeah, go ahead and roll twice more.
Oops.
He might hit. Another nat
Natural
20.
20.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Both of them hit.
Any
I
So
would
effects
just-
on these not 20s?
no, nothing.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, the worst that happens if you miss, you just pull the rope up and shoot it again.
All right, Benny's got him again.
Do the same.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't give me fucking attitude. I haven't even seen your face yet.
We've met.
Weren't you wearing a helm?
No,
Oh. Whatever.
you're a dick.
Slack. Well,
He knows.
you're a fucking twat,
Cunt.
bitch.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you,
Hey,
Tony.
what's your
Fuck
name?
you, Tony.
What's your name?
What's your mom's name?
Anyways,
Tie the
okay.
we do
fucking
the
rope
thing.
and
We
get
have
over
him
here.
walk across to
Yeah.
us.
And everything is fine.
So with the 3 ropes in place, Schlack is able to cross the gap. And he just kind of like scowls at Athelstan as soon as he's across. And this is a large Goliath male. Your stump.
This is
I
gonna be
make
interesting.
I make my hand again, and I go. I make it like slowly appear up, like as if it's appearing up out of the stump.
Perfect. What's up, Maggie?
Would I out of character think he's hot though?
Yeah, is he hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty
Or
hot.
be into him?
Yeah.
Atlas isn't, but I was just wondering for Maggie's
And the
sake.
undead
Undead Goliath. Woo.
Goliath.
Anyways,
I don't know. Has anybody checked his pulse?
Nope.
No.
That would be
Uh,
rude.
He immediately goes to Frax's side and just kind of
What?
gives her a glance over.
Question: could Razira hear the heartbeat?
No. I think there's too much ambient noise. If you were in like a quiet room and there was only one other person in there, maybe. But because of all the other ambient noise, the sounds of the snakes, the wind, you still have that buzzing that's like 20 feet down from you. No.
Welcome. Athelstan goes to the remains of the thicket, pulls out a 5-pointed leaf, curls it up, grinds it up, rolls it up, and smokes it.
because you haven't spent enough time in the last 48 hours high.
As soon as you touch this leaf that you think is weed, but you're not sure because this is Valishan and not Darkon, it disintegrates in your hand.
Oh, buddy.
He punches the ground again.
You leave like a little punch mark of necrosis on the ground.
Need to get you back in the green.
Will you stop puffing your mist all over me, please?
Oh, I'm just... It just does that. I don't really have control over it.
Okay.
But if
He's
you
just
stay
cranky.
6 feet away from me at all times, it won't bother you.
He goes over.
Precisely
What?
6 feet.
Yep. And when he sits down, the grass that's there starts to die.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I know, buddy.
I don't like this. Why
Quite
is this
interesting.
happening? Why is this happening to me?
Because you are upset.
Why is no? Yes, but no.
You seem very upset.
I am very upset. I am pissed off. I am weary. I am spurned. I don't understand why this is happening to me. When I'm angry, usually it grows more. Growing a lot more lately, and now it's dying. It doesn't do that.
Okay, so he like gets up, goes over to Athelstan, hauls him to his feet.
Don't fucking touch me, please.
Get up on your own.
Don't fucking touch
But
me.
get up.
Please. He stands up.
I like drag him over where there aren't a bunch of people. Like probably, like the northern part up there where there aren't people.
He whips
Okay.
his hand out of your grip. Don't touch me,
And
Keli. No, listen. Before you start talking at me, I need you to do me a favor. Don't fucking touch me right now. Please.
hey,
Now, please
then
go
follow
ahead.
my lead.
I'm
And
trying.
Stop talking and follow my lead. And then I lead him through the like Tai Chi that we used to do when he was young and he was pissed all the time. And I used to drag his ass up to the top of the castle and go through movements with him that I knew from the military. And I make him do it with me.
I'm not a child anymore.
I don't care. Shut up and follow me. Now.
No.
Do it anyways. It always helped when you were younger. And Keli starts to move.
Do you follow?
He takes one step, and then another, and looks down at his feet, and watches it die.
Okay.
And he stills. He looks back at his footprints. Are they dead?
No, he didn't touch the ground long enough.
The longer he stands here, does it spread?
No.
Move
So he
with me.
moves.
And in Celestial, Keli sings softly to him and moves with him.
It's stiff. And there's a vein popping out of his forehead and neck the entire time. But he follows.
Will I make a persuasion check in the tower?
Okay. Can I use my inspiration to make sure that I have advantage on it at least?
Yep.
I've been rolling so well. Persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Through the muscle memory, Athelstan, you are aware that Eli was right. It always calmed you down. It always helped to center yourself and focus more on you than the overwhelming everything around you. And as you settle into the old movements that slowly come back, a little rusty, but they're still there, you feel yourself step a little closer to the green. And a sense of calm. Not total calm. It's still a lot. But you don't feel so angry.
I'm going to sleep.
It's like 1 in the afternoon. You've literally been asleep all night. You were awake for like 30 minutes and then you were unconscious again.
No, yeah,
And
he
then you
goes
were
under. He
feeding.
goes over underneath the little poncho canopy that we made, and he finds where he had curled up previously, and he just curls up.
Mhm.
Good night, Athelstan.
Good night, Atlas. Thank you.
Atlas assumes he's talking to Keela.
I look at Atlas from where I'm assuming Athelstan left me, and I just say, Atlas, come here. I'll teach you a little.
Atlas trots over.
Horse Tai Chi!
And I
Horse chi.
teach Atlas, the basics. It's like dancing, but slow motion.
I'm not good at dancing.
You don't have to be. Just follow what I do.
Of course you don't.
Oh.
You have 2 left hooves.
I actually. Oh, you're right.
They're both on one side, though, so that's good.
I
I
mean,
teach Atlas and very slow, patient. It's not like with Athelstan where she had to be like, just shut up and fucking do it. With Atlas, there's that softness, like a mom would be.
Group mom strikes again.
as this is going on, Razira would just start mimicking. I have no idea why.
Yeah, she teaches. If Keelai sees, she motions to join, and teaches both of them if they want to
Group
learn.
lessons. Group
What?
lessons.
Athelstan comes to a small realization and looks for the green in Breeze.
From inside your sort of half decayed mouse hole, you look across to where Breeze is. Breeze, what are you doing? Are you doing Tai Chi too?
Sure.
You don't have to. You can
Well,
be doing something
honestly
everybody
don't know
else
what
is
I'd be
doing
doing
Tai Chi.
otherwise.
I asked Gordon if he will do it too.
I don't think there's room for me to be doing full
Praxis
lunges
is
and
just like-
stretches.
It's
Yeah,
It's okay, Gordon. It's okay.
it's okay. I'll watch, and then when there's space, I'll do it. And yeah, you do look over at Praxis, and she's very happily just doing like the hippie,
Yeah.
you know,
Whatever it is that she's
vibing.
doing.
She's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
following at all. She's not in
She's just
rhythm with any of
vibing.
you.
She's
She's
just
just vibing.
vibing.
She's
She's
vibing.
fine. She can vibe as much as she wants.
And she does.
She found the weed that Athelstan dug that out of from earlier.
She finds the mushrooms.
Keelai will teach the group the basics
Okay.
for now.
So you look over at Breeze, Athelstan, and you can see Breeze is moving with the fluidity of a dancer. Breeze is used to performing, and there is a bit of performance within the Tai Chi itself. You can see those bits of green that you've seen before, and you can see it extends to everyone else, except Praxis and Schlock for obvious reasons.
Even Razira.
Even Razira?
Razira is showing a little bit of green. Just like a hint. On the white fur, there's like this sort of green glint whenever she moves in a certain way.
You sure-
It's this
you sure that's-
campaign's version of Threads.
Mhm.
You sure that's not just a loose thread from her poncho?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And moss.
She doesn't move
it's a
slow enough to grow moss.
It's a grass stain.
Mizumi.
Tuki. From when she's just tumbled. Anyway.
Yeah.
In the shade of the poncho, it's just like 4 green eyes just like peering. And like
Mhm.
3 right here.
And like Keeley knows that he's settled a little bit, so she doesn't bother him anymore about it. But
Mhm.
glad that it still works.
Seems to have some effect anyway.
Yes, group mom gonna group mom apparently.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are. And that's where we're gonna end tonight. I'm glad. I was a little anxious because I didn't have a whole lot prepared with Sly not being here, but I'm glad that trauma basically filled the session.
I figured I would just follow my instincts.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
So
Still
thanks
can't believe you did that
everybody.
to me.
Did what to you?
You did that.
What?
I know.
I didn't do
That.
anything.
Good job.
I didn't do anything. It was Sly's idea.
You are the DM. You made a good story. Shut up and take the compliment.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Any hoozle. We're gonna go raid somebody. I don't know who. Long
Keeley,
lost
how do
Laura, are they
Keeley, how do I
still-
do this move?
You go like
The
this.
worst part is that Keeley probably understands the question, even if she doesn't understand the word, and like readjusts Breeze's like hands and stuff.
Mhm.
I think they're asking where the restroom is.
Hot dogs.
There's no relish in the toilet. Anyway, stick around for the raid. You can use your platinum pieces to help her hinder the party. Hopefully next week we will have the whole party here and we will blip, 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 blip. I got about
We'll
4
finally
words.
get out of Valishan.
Maybe.
The Trial of
Bullshit.
Hearts
Finally,
will hopefully come to an end
Is
next
it
week.
fucking gonna over with? Yes.
If everyone's
Not
here.
that I haven't loved it, but like,
More like the trial of farts, am I right? Up
yeah,
top.
trial of farts. Make the fart noise, Affy.
I didn't have it on.
Trial of farts.
Here.
All right. Stick around. We are heading to Long Lost Lore. Give them a follow if you haven't already. They are good folk, so do the thing. And we will see
Thank
you
you.
tomorrow for the Bankar Brouhaha campaign roundup.
Woohoo.